Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the 100. This episode 4 of the third season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. And if you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. So last episode, very interesting. In an attempt to obviously stop the Ice Nation from moving kind of like forward and obviously attacking LEXA and trying to take down the Empire, she extended a proposal out to Clark. She said, look, I'm sorry for the way that we treated you and obviously the way that I got you here to obviously the capital, but we want you and the Sky Crew to become part of the Tree Crew. We want you to be the 13th clan. Now, Clark obviously rejected this. He's still fuming about everything that's gone on with LEXA. But, you know, later on in the episode, when everybody did get brought to the capital, you know, Clark's mum, Kane, they realised that the way of life is pretty decent. And obviously Kane, once he heard this proposal, even though he wasn't like hardcore to become Tree Crew, he was saying, look, we've seen the Ice Nation, we've seen the manpower, we've seen, you know, what they're able to do. And we really don't really have a chance of being able to survive if they ever did actually come after us. So I think that even though we never really intended to be joining the Tree Crew, this is probably a decent proposal. Now, it is a decent proposal. I've got to give it to him straight away as soon as LEXA said it. I thought this was the best shout for them to ensure their safety. And, you know, the only way... Basically, Clark was saying to LEXA, I know that you only ask him because, obviously, you looked weak last season when you left us there outside of Mount Weather, saving your own people, and people are trying to strike you down. Now, you just want to look strong by Wahida bending the knee in front of you, or you say, like, killing me, attaining my powers, so that people start respecting you more. Now, it's very interesting because, obviously, they had, like, a heart-to-heart, and we didn't really hear what was being said. Now, obviously, we've seen it later on when Clark actually did enter the room and she did bow to LEXA. Now, everybody else bowed as well. But interestingly, yeah, Echo, the girl that Bellamy saved, you know, the grounder that was locked in the cage last season, she's turned up and said it's a trap. She's turned up to Mount Weather. They was making it pretty much habitable, even though that was a bad idea. You know, I was saying that you can use Mount Weather as kind of like a beacon and a place where people can go and they can be, you know, treated if they get injuries, and it can be like a symbol for the grounders and obviously the art people to be there and show that they're united as one. But no, they started moving in. All of the new crew was coming. As I say, Lexa Octavia, she wasn't happy with that. She was saying it's a mistake. You know, Echo's turned up. She's told them that assassins coming. The meeting at the capital is going to be a place where, you know, an attack's going down, and Bellamy's escaped. Well, not escaped, but he's gone there, and obviously he's tried to break it up, and he's successfully gone in just as Kane was branded with obviously the grounders simple to kind of like accept being a 13th clan. He's gone in, caused a disruption. Lexa's like, what's going on? He said that the Ice Nation are coming to do the attack. The Ice Nation are like, what are you talking about? Then the attack didn't happen there at the capital. It actually happened at Mount Weather, very interestingly. A guy infiltrated the inside. He had the launch codes. He killed Bellamy's girlfriend. He set the missiles to launch. He ran outside. They chased him. Raven ended up killing him. And then obviously they didn't manage to stop the missiles in time, and it self-destructed. It killed every single person in Mount Weather. So very interestingly, it was Emerson, the guy that fled last season, the one that was trying to get into the office to get Bellamy and Clark, but he didn't manage to do it in time. He fled, and now he's helping, aiding the Ice Nation. And we did see Echo turn back and say, they do have your son, they're ready for war. And, you know, I'm very, very interested. I can't wait to see, obviously, what today brings. If you do enjoy today's episode, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Today we honor our covenant. A clan that stands against one of us stands against us all.
Queen NIA of Asgera has confessed to the destruction of Mount Weather.
Today is Judgment Day. I call for a vote of no confidence.
No hater, no more.
No hater, no
Take them away too!
Oh, this is interesting, Lexa. She's already got a plan. Then people are already part of a
Commander,
attack.
what is this? This is a coup.
All these coup plotters will suffer the exact same fate as the Ice Queen.
None of us here wants war.
You were challenged.
And I accept your challenge.
Who do you choose to be your champion?
My son.
We'll fight for you.
I'll fight.
Not a throwdown gunai.
That is perfect. I was going to say, mate, that woman who come in, little bit disappointed that you can challenge somebody to take their title away from them, but then you don't have to do the action to do that yourself. It's ridiculous. That's like me saying to, I don't know, somebody, I challenge you to a coding, you know, match, or whatever you'd want to call it. And then I'm like, I've got the best coder in the world here, he's going to do it for me, and I just bring him in. It makes no sense. Like, if you're going to challenge somebody, you have to be the one doing the challenge. You have to be the one playing. I can't challenge someone to a football match and then stick Cristiano and Messi up front. Do you know what I'm saying? When I issued the challenge to the random guy in the pub, it doesn't make sense. So I'm liking how the commanders chose to have a self-represent. Obviously all eyes were supposed to be leading to Clark there, but it wouldn't made any sense because Rowan's well stronger. I still think Rowan's stronger than LEXA as well, so I don't know how it's going to play out. But, you know, it was a coup. Everybody in there was already part of it. They knew this was coming and they was waiting to obviously like strike LEXA down.
No, weather was destroyed by an internal self-destruct mechanism. It worked as designed.
We need to hit them now. We need to hit them hard. Leave no survivors.
There's nothing simple about this.
Look, if we don't defend ourselves, they will take what we have. That's what they do. The Grounders are coming for us.
Mate, the Ice Nation are coming for you, not the other Grounders.
49 of the people I swore to protect died yesterday because I left. That's not your fault, Bellamy.
That is not your fault. He left as well, Kane. Everybody did.
The blame where it belongs. You were trying to save lives. But I didn't.
Again, I'm going to have to counter Bellamy just a little bit and say, look, if you're in war with an enemy and you get told that an attack's going to happen on a place where you have people and you go to defend that place and the place that you just left gets attacked, it ain't your fault because you're basing the protection of people on the threat that you've been told and the information that you have at the time. Like Kane just said, he was told that the capital, it was going to be attacked. So he best assessed it and was like, mate, if they're going to be attacked, we need to warn them, we need to save them. It's not his fault that somebody was lying to him and the actual plan was supposed to be in the location that he was in. Nothing to do with Bellamy at all.
He's not going to the memorial.
It's a little late for a Mount Weather memorial, don't you think?
Leave them alone. They're sick.
Hey! That's enough!
Jasper, cancel lockdown. What are you doing?
Goody memorial, Monty.
Aiden is the most promising of my novitiates. If I should die today, it will likely succeed me.
If I become header, I pledge my loyalty to the 13th clan.
Oh, it's like a young leader. Sometimes it can go bad though, like Joffrey.
Nothing to worry about. You don't stand a chance against Rome. You've never seen me fight.
No, but I saw him kill 3 men in the time it took the first one to hit the ground.
Remember, anticipatory reflex. When you feel overconfident, you forget that your enemy has strengths too. In the wake of your victory, our people will be more powerful than ever. That will be your legacy. And your legend.
Don't pretend you do anything for me, Mother.
If you won't fight for your mother, or your queen, fight for your clan.
Is that Death I hear stalking me?
I want you to become the king.
Hey, that...
She was willing to let you die. Willing to let you be banished. No one can cast a king out of his kingdom.
My people would never take me back. But I can't help you do it.
Gina was real. She always saw the light. Even here. We meet again.
Grounders are here. Army 300 strong, camped less than a mile from here.
We know.
Enter radio.
Commander sent a peacekeeping force to ensure that we can defend against any further attacks from the Ice Nation.
If they're here to defend us, as you say, then tell them to go home. We can defend ourselves.
Oh.
Fighting each other only makes us weak. The enemy is not in this camp.
Lincoln, you need to go to medical.
Innit? The guy got a rock to his head. A big, massive one.
You'll know another time.
Mate, you're never going to keep me down. That dude's going for Chancellor Kane's crown or whatever, innit, mate? He's going for it. Now, either he's not told everybody that we're the 13th clan, or like they literally just hate the Grounders so much. I understand why they might hate the Grounders, because obviously like living in those trees and engaging with them this whole time, it's just been enemy you, enemy, enemy, enemy. And obviously they haven't been part of this coalition, they haven't been part of this unity, they haven't joined together and forces and accepted deals and been through all of the craziness that Clark and co have been through. So I get where they're coming from, but somebody just needs to stamp their authority down. Literally, you can't have two conflicted opinions inside the camp. No matter what that guy says, and no matter how much that he disagrees with the agreement to work with the Grounders, it's done, it's settled, and they can't win. I would literally say, if I was Kane, I'd say, look, mate, you know, you survived without us for ages. If you want to do it again, laters. Got what I mean? Go back to your camp, take your people, see ya. You know what I mean? If you want to get killed, go and get killed. We ain't protecting you. And then wait for them to come back, because they'll definitely lose once the Ice Nation move on them. And they'll see that them, Kane, Abbe, and the rest of the Ark, with the help of the Grounders, will be in a stronger position than they would be.
What the hell are we doing here, Jasper?
Visiting old friends.
I think you've had enough.
You have no idea. Time to give some back.
Is that supposed to be Maya? How can you be mad at him there?
No charges.
We need to set an example.
Yeah, we do. The man just lost his son.
Was it farm station?
Doesn't matter.
Intra's army's outside the wall. And LEXA lifted the kill order on you at the summit. Maybe she'll take us back.
It'll pass.
I don't know, man. I do love Octavia. I think I'm biased. Everything that she does, I enjoy.
What do I owe the pleasure?
What if I changed my vote?
Now you're thinking like a leader of your people.
You don't want vengeance for the dead at Mount Weather?
My priority is with the living. The Taichota upcome juice.
Oh. Mate, they're oafing it up. Like Snape and the Unbreakable Vow. I mean, the offer that's on the table right now is decent.
Also Taichota upcome juice.
Innit?
Face Bona. You live. For now, to send a message to LEXA. I have my own nut bleeder.
Who's that? Is she from the Ark or something? I don't even know.
I've never seen blood that color before.
It goes back to the first commander. When a Nightblood child is found, they're brought here to be trained.
Your legacy is no longer secure. There is still time to choose a champion.
You know I can't do that. I know you're just trying to help Clark, but there's nothing you can do here.
I can't just let Roan kill you.
I have to do this on my own, and you have to let me.
I won't just sit there and watch you die.
And this is goodbye.
Yo, I love people who actually just say they're going to do something and attempt it, even if they fail. I love how they stand by the word. I'm praying that you don't turn Bellamy into an annoying person, man.
Every life we honored at the memorial was lost because we trusted a grounder. Never again. Never again.
Yeah, I think Bellamy's going to turn into an annoying character. I do. And I like Bellamy. I don't know if it's their play, man, to take position.
They've got 300 soldiers and not a single gun. 10 highly motivated men with automatic rifles is all it would take. Right now, we have the element of surprise. We wait, we die. I'm willing to suffer the consequences to save our people.
Right, look. This would annoy me. I really like Bellamy. I think he's a great character. But, like, I would not enjoy him going against everything that they've worked with the Grounders. I actually feel like the Grounders are decent. You get some bad ones. You get crap humans. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you get good ones, and then you get some, sadly, some crappy bad ones that deserve the punishments, the crimes, you know, like they get locked away for. Banished, killed, whatever's. Same here. Just because that you get some crap Grounders like the Ice Nation, yeah, look at the Grounders, the other ones that you worked with. You can say that they left you to die, but I feel like you would have left them to die if you got offered that last season. I think it's just a hypocritical thing to just say you saved your people and left us and didn't care. And now Kane's been marked and stamped as well. Like, again, I feel like that is showing that they have to honour the deal that they've done because you are now one. But no, I don't know. I just really not a big fan of like the people that have been introduced today. Do you know what, right? I've never been a big fan of anyone from the Ark anyway. I actually really prefer the Grounders. If I could choose who to die, all of the Ark or all of the Grounders, I'd choose all the Ark to die. But obviously I'd keep Bellamy and Murphy, do you know what I mean, and Monty and Jasper alive. But everybody else, I literally couldn't care less if they want alive. I'd prefer to watch Indra and Lexa and, do you know what I mean, and like Rowan and the Ice Queen. I think they're way better than everybody that I've seen on the Ark.
Hasta solo gunplay, like one head on no more. One up there.
What happens if someone throws a knife at the Queen? Her face paint's sick, mate. So simple, so good. Gotta do what you do to survive. Well done. I don't want Rowan to die me. I want her to throw the spear at the queen.
Time you one up. Time you no one up Konheimlacher.
Get it over with.
She is doing straight at the queen. Wound her for you, mate. She thought she was absolutely sick and she got dominated.
Long live the king.
Decent, mate. She's earned my respect. And also, yeah, I can't be the only one who thought, what, before that fight started, I said, what if someone throws a knife at the queen? I literally said that before it even happened. Like, literally, if she just got thrown and he killed her, it's like, well, dead. Unlucky. Who's fighting now? Do you know what I mean? You don't have to fight to the death. She wasn't willing to nominate herself. She nominated somebody to fight on her behalf. That's weakness. I shown strength. That's where I believe, like, Lexa was good there. And I said, mate, just throw the spear at her. It literally works right down to the T, mate. Shows now she's strong, shows that if you want to challenge her, she'll fight, and it shows that if you're a coward, mate, you get what's coming to you. So I like it, and Rowan seems pretty decent, to be honest, but I think it'd be interesting if Rowan just takes his army away and then decides to come back and attack anyway. Why are they instigating the attack?
Army was sent to protect us. Do we have a problem?
The thing is, though, he has, yeah, he's earned their trust, but I don't. He's being manipulated. Sky, man.
Oh, guns down! Guns down!
What's wrong with you?
Guards, take him to lockup now. It's over.
Nothing is over.
Why don't you show us all what you let the Grounders do to you yesterday?
It's the mark of the Commander's Coalition. It means we are in this fight together.
No. It's what farmers used to do to their livestock.
Right before the slaughterhouse.
Hey, that's pretty good.
You should be on the ballot tomorrow.
Hark! 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 Hark!
Can't believe Bella been easily manipulated. They played on his heartstrings. It's so obvious to see.
Does Abby know you took these?
Since I stole them, probably not.
Who cares who it hurts? Right? Yeah, whatever Jasper wants, and screw the rest of us.
Maya was your friend. She was...
Oh, how can you just be fine? I'm not fine! Drinking myself into a stupor every night doesn't mean I'm not screwed up. But we had no other choice. I miss my best friend.
He died that day, too. You leaving?
Got no reason to stay.
See you on the other side!
Oh. That was a tough watch, that one, because you could tell that he's proper emotional for it. Yo, she looks really pretty.
Is this I told you so? That girl that was with Nia. What will happen to her?
She won't be back until the conclave after my death.
Do you ever talk about anything other than your death? Your ambassadors betrayed you.
They were doing what they believed was right for their people, too.
And she's kind of talking about Bellamy now. No, man, I can't believe that she didn't shout, wait, come back. Kane, you're not going to win this vote if you do it today, man. You're literally not going to.
Congratulations, Mr. Chancellor.
So obvious.
For my first official action, I reject the brand that made us the 13th clan. Let's finish what we started.
See, this is the interesting thing, right? I can't remember what point or what reason I said this earlier on in the season. It might have been Abby's, when Abby was in charge, and it wasn't like me disrespecting Abby. It was more that so far everything that they've done has been successful, and like I like it when sometimes they do something and then it isn't successful, because you can't win at everything that you do. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, first of all, I'm absolutely hating their plan of rejecting it, their proposal, and going after them. I hate it. I physically want every single one of them to die. Bad deaths as well. Not just getting like a spear thrown at you, proper tortured. I would love it. Because I personally think that it's a poor decision what they're doing. So I want there to be a consequence from it. And this is this is one of the times where obviously I'm getting what I want because I want them to fail, but this hopefully is a time that they do something and it doesn't go, because if you follow the story, everything that they've done, so let's just say season 1, yeah, they had a fight with the Grounders, you took casualties, you inflicted a couple of deaths, but you also won that fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, they ended up winning that fight. They set the fire off and they killed everybody. Okay, season 2, they ended up fighting Mount Weather. Again, they took casualties, because that's what happens. You don't win everything perfectly. It doesn't go crisp every time. You lose some, you win some, but in the end, they won the war. All of Mount Weather, pretty much, everybody in there got killed. The Grounders come up on top, and so did the Sky Crew. Now, obviously, in different aspects, they was left to fight for themselves, and they had to kill everybody ruthlessly, and LEXA cut her plan. But everybody was saved. So the 2 people that went to attack Mountain, they ended up coming out with their people. So again, this is another one where they've been successful. First season, took out the Grounders, successful, they kind of won it. Second season, took out the Mountain Men, successful, they won it. Third season, tried to find, you know, the City of Light. They kind of found it. Currently, it's been successful. Now, LEXA has fought Rowan / thing. She's won it. She's successful. Nothing's kind of gone against them yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, a good shocking twist would be Rowan have won that then. The Ice Queen had beat LEXA, so to speak. And I'd be like, well, that was definitely unexpected. I didn't think that was going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, another one would have been like quite a lot of the Mountain Men survived last season. You pulled a few out, left a few in there. I don't know. I understand where they're going with, and I have no hate towards this line. But I do like it when sometimes when they think they're right and then they do something and it's wrong. So, like, I respect them sticking up and standing for their people. It's exactly what Lexus just said to Clark when Clark's just said, how can you, carry on working when all your council, so to speak, stood up and was voting against you? Now, if you look at, you have to look at stuff as like leadership roles. Do you know what I mean? Tell you was in politics and people was trying to vote for you, like a no vote of confidence. Doesn't mean that they absolutely hate you or something. It's just they think, do you know what, the decisions that you're making now are pretty poor. And we've got somebody here who's actually telling us good decisions, and we believe that her movement and her projection of how we move forward is the best way. It's kind of like me saying that Kane was better at projecting them forward over Abby. Doesn't mean that I dislike Abby or like hated everything that she was doing. She deserved to die. Just thought Kane was in a better position to lead them. And that's them as well. And she's just turned around and said, look, mate, they was doing what they thought was for their people. They thought that standing by the Ice Queen was the best way to ensure the survival of their clans. It takes, again, a big leader to actually accept and acknowledge that and just move forward and not hold an agenda against everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this guy here who's just took the chancellorship or whatever from Kane, it was obvious. I want them to die. I actually want Monty's mum to die as well. I actually don't like it. Do you know what I don't like? When the camera keeps cutting to her and she's, like, nodding her head. Because it, like, gives me the thing, like, they've already made this plan to manipulate Bellamy, to get him on their side, then to raise awareness, you know what I mean? Then to obviously, like, I don't know, use him as, like, I don't know, their thing to kind of elevate them, because they've got somebody now from Sky Crew who's kind of wants to be on their side and not Kane's. It's helping them. And obviously, if you just seen it there, what happened when he went to the gates, them two stepped down, because so far Bellamy's been so good and he's made right decisions every time that, like, even if you was kind of thinking that you was not happy with what he's doing and kind of a bit sus with the decisions of joining him, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt, because so far he's always been right. And it worked, the prime example there. And he was the one that started the chant as well. He started chanting the guy's name. And then obviously at the end, he's the one ending with the pin. So again, very interesting. I don't want you to be annoying this season, Bellamy. I feel like you're going down that avenue. We'll see how it goes. I obviously want you to attack Indra. Want most of the people to die. I want Indra to come on top, like her character. And I enjoyed today's episode. The fact that LEXA stood by her own word and done the fight herself and come out on top. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. So let's just say big respect to LEXA. You know, she stood there, she accepted a challenge on her, and she was willing to fight to the death, and she didn't choose somebody to fight for her. She chose to do it herself, and mad respect, mate. That's how you earn it. Do you know what I mean? If you evaluate that whole scenario, her crown was challenged. She could choose somebody to fight on her behalf. She chose herself. She stepped up. She was successful. This is how you gain the respect. This is how you get people to follow you. I would much prefer to follow somebody that was willing to die and go into battle and be there themselves than somebody who stands behind everyone. This is why I like watching stuff like a Viking, so to speak, like TV program, because it's when the leader, when the person in charge is willing to go into the battle themselves with all the knives and all the spears and all the arrows being shot. They could die as well, but they're not willing to just send people to do the dirty work for themselves. They're getting their hands dirty. Look at Jon Snow, mate. The guy stood there fighting Ramsay's full army. Did he come out of that with no respect? He come out of it with all the respect, mate, because Jon was sick, and that's just Lexa right there. Do you know what I mean? I know she was fighting Rowan, but the fact is, the amount of time she could have made a deal, yeah, that Clark may have tried to do without, obviously, Lexa knowing, but she could have made a deal herself. She didn't go and try and attack the Ice Queen. She didn't try and back out the fight. She didn't try and get somebody else to fight the fight for her. She didn't try and cut one with Rowan. She done it. She fought. She was successful. She could have killed Rowan. Her mum, mate. His mum stood up. If you die, you're no longer a prince. Mate, shut up. Get killed, literally. Like, you're not willing to fight for yourself. Now, I'm going to be interested to see, obviously, King Rowan, if he's going to stand by, obviously, Lexa or not, because so far this season, up until episode 4, the Ice Nation have been the enemy. They're the savages. They're the one that's causing all the disruption. And now that problem has been eliminated, so to speak. What's Emerson going to do? Is he going to stand by Rowan? Like, how's that going to play out? You know, Echo, is she going to face any punishment for what she done at Mount Weather? Do you know what I mean? This side is interesting. There's still lots of places we can go down. Now, in terms of, like, I know I said, like, a big bit on the new Chancellor and, like, Bellamy and stuff, but I can't believe that Bellamy's easily been swayed. He's obviously, like, devastated because his girlfriend died, and obviously we heard him earlier on in the episode saying it was his fault because he left his post and let them die. But no, mate, you've got to take everything based on the information that you have in front of you. He was told that a threat was going to happen and an attack on his people. He went to that location to defend them, and he successfully kind of did. He went there, took out 2 enemies, climbed up the ladders, he managed to get into the room. Turns out, obviously, he was double duped or whatever. I don't know what you call it. Mate, he was lied to, and obviously the place where he was where the attack was going, but he was never to know that, and it is not his fault that it actually went in and happened. So I'm just interested to see where it goes with them, because I really do like Bellamy, and I like his character over the first 2 seasons massively, and he's been very close to winning both my, you know, like, seasons most liked. But again, I don't want him to be an annoying one. I'd be disappointed if he starts to become this annoying character going against Indra, going against Lincoln, going against Octavia, you know, going against Lexa and Clark and everything. I want them to be the 13th clan. If he gets backed out now, I'd be disappointed. I understand that he's rejecting it, but I fully do not expect him to be the Chancellor for ages. I feel like Clark's going to be the leader. I've already said it once and I'll say it again, but I feel like at the end of the season, Lexa's going to go her own way. I'm going to go my own way, Troy Bolton, mate. But literally, I feel like that's going to happen and Clark's going to be left standing. Don't know if she's going to take over, you know, the Grounders, or if she's going to be the leader of her camp, but that's what I feel. I don't feel like Lexa's going to be in it for the hardcore longevity. I feel like an attack might happen again on her, an assassination, or she moves the people away. She's like, it's too much stuff going on, mate. Literally, it's crazy here. Let's go to a new location. Still think we need to see a lot of what's going on with Jaha and this City of Light and what they're offering. He's promised and vowed that he's going to send his people there. Been like 2 episodes now where we've not seen Murphy or, you know, or him at all. So I want that to be next episode, because it is another interesting storyline that they've got going. So I am excited. If they do attack the Grounders, I want them to lose. I want Lexa Ninja to win. And I want Octavia. If I could pick, I want Octavia to be the best. Everything that she does, I enjoy. Like, literally, I really do. Like how she stands up for it, what she believes in. She looks like a true warrior. She's willing to put herself on the line. She'll fight. She's willing to be straight there at the front, or there helping at the back. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she is, again, a true example of what a good leader would be. So I hope that she actually becomes it, to be honest. If I could pick, I would pick her. So I'm excited. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you did, please smash the like. It really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.